Hi, my name is Noel Davis with World Composting, and I know it's been a while since my last video. I've kind of been a little bit busy, and then I've also had just a lot of stuff in this area where the worm bins are, especially since I have the urban worm bag, the Vermibag, and the Vermibag mini that's for school. So, and then along with my other bins that I've been slowly trying to empty. So I've been a little bit neglecting the video part as much as trying to just take care of my bins. So I've emptied a few of them out, and I'm ready to start recording again and try to get everybody back involved. So let's do an update on the Vermibag Max that I have. So here we go. It's right here. I already opened it up and everything because I was having a fruit fly issue at one point. And what I found is that actually these bags work really well, because what you can do is you can sort of, and there's still a few fruit flies around here, you can sort of unzip like a little corner of it, you can stick your vacuum tube in here, and you can get all in here without having to open the bag fully and try to get all of these flies into your vacuum instead of having them go all over your house. So actually, let me just turn on a little bit more light here. So it's doing really well. I haven't added nearly as much food to it as I have in the past. I've kind of slowed down as we did not have as much fruit this summer and vegetable matter as we have in past years, because we had a couple bad watermelons and we didn't buy nearly as many. So I've added water to it just recently. You know, you can see that's splashed on the sides here a little bit too, and there's a little bit humid in here. So there's plenty of moisture. What really amazes me with these bins though is I've been doing this every once in a while where I dig down, and the stuff in the bottom is just so nice and crumbly. It's really a good consistency. It doesn't, even if it gets, let me see if I can find a side here. It gets really impacted on this side here. You can see it's just the shape of the bin, but it just flakes apart, you know. And it's really good, and there's lots of worms in here still. So what we're going to do is I'm going to add some more paper to the top here. There's still some fruit flies in here too. And what we're going to do is we're going to add a ton of watermelon here to the center section. I have an entire Ziploc bag filled with rinds from one of our watermelons this summer. And sort of get this going. So first thing I'm going to do is add a bunch of paper. Now this is a mixture of office paper and cardboard. It's getting a little bit more, I guess, office paper than cardboard lately, but it is a mixture. And then we're not going to add any water to it at this time, because this stuff has a whole lot of moisture in it. So what we're going to do now is we're going to add this right to the bin. I'm just going to rip this bag open after this is still frozen. It's just going to slowly thaw out, and water's just going to run through the bin. Let's just spread it out a little bit here so it's not all in one section. And I did this in the urban worm bag, and I found that water was eventually coming out the bottom, or the watermelon juice. I'm hoping that it doesn't happen, because this system with this cloth top here, and I know that there's been changes made to the newer systems, but it really lets a lot of moisture out, which is really great when it's humid. But if it's dry, in here, it dries out even faster. So this one, I do add a lot of water to this bin. In fact, I usually would take this bottle right here, fill it with water, just kind of squirt some water on top. Well, I'm dumping this in typically to get it to stay moist. And that's what I've had to do because of how much water will fall out of this bin. So there we go. We've got that in here. And now we're going to dump in a little bit more paper on top. And hopefully this will keep some of the fruit flies away too. Actually, a lot of paper on top here. We're going to just kind of cover this entire thing with paper. We're going to let this sit. I will add water to it at some point, but not right now, because I want to let the watermelon sort of dissolve and see how well that does. So that's all the paper that was in my shredder there. And hopefully this will dissolve down and get wet. Now, I know some people say, well, you shouldn't be using this office paper because it's been bleached and stuff like that. I have found it to have no problem in my bins. I don't normally have, I have to admit, this is a little bit more than normal. Normally I kind of mix it with cardboard because I feel the cardboard doesn't push down as much, whereas this can become very clumpy, I've found. So I do tend to mix and not just use one. Or I should say, not just use office paper. I do use cardboard by itself a lot. But I think it's fine to add to your bins. I know that there's also ink on this, and I'm not really worried about the ink either. you know, it's a small amount. These things are not completely coated in ink when I throw them in, and you're normally, for most stuff, it's less than 5% coverage. You're talking about minuscule amounts of possible metals or something like that getting in here. So that is my update for this bin. I will try to get more videos out and not leave you hanging for such a long period of time. But in the meantime, please subscribe and like my videos, and I will continue to make more. I'll probably post a few this week rather than just the one video a week I was doing in the past. Thank you.